The whispering floors. Emily Harper had always prided herself on her practicality. At 25, she was the epitome of the modern urban professional, a junior analyst at a bustling tech firm in downtown Chicago, with a wardrobe of crisp blouses and sensible heels, and a no-nonsense attitude toward life's minor inconveniences. When her lease expired on her cramped studio in the Loop, she didn't hesitate to sign for a spacious one-bedroom in Radiance Towers, a weathered high-rise on the city's outskirts. The building, a relic from the 1970s, loomed like a forgotten sentinel amid the sprawling suburbs. Its 20 stories of faded brick and grimy windows promising affordability over luxury. Rent was a steal, and the commute, though longer, was bearable via the L train. What Emily did, to know what no one had bothered to mention in the online listing, was that Radiance Towers had been erected on the site of an old cemetery, one that dated back to the mid-1800s. Graves had been relocated, or so the records claimed, but whispers lingered among the locals about bones unearthed during construction, about restless spirits that refused to be paved over. She moved in on a drizzly October afternoon, the kind where the sky hung low and heavy, threatening to smother the world in grey. The lobby was dimly lit, its marble floors scuffed and echoing with the distant hum of an ancient elevator. The superintendent, a grizzled man named Mr. Kowalski, handed her the keys with a curt nod. Floor 12, Unit 1204. Elevators finicky, sometimes power outages are common out here. Storms knock out the grid like clockwork. Emily shrugged it off. She'd dealt with worse in her college dorm. Her apartment was unremarkable. Peeling wallpaper in the kitchen, a view of the parking lot from the bedroom window, and a faint musty odor that no amount of air freshener could dispel. But it was hers, a sanctuary from the chaos of the city. That first night, as she unpacked boxes under the flicker of a single overhead bulb, she heard a soft scratching from the wall adjoining her living room. It sounded like nails dragging across wood, deliberate and rhythmic. She paused, box cutter in hand, and pressed her ear to the plaster. Nothing, just the wind, she told herself, or maybe rats in the vents. Old buildings had their quirks. The next morning, over coffee, she met Mrs. Hargrove. The elderly woman lived in 1203, right next door, and ambushed Emily in the hallway with a plate of homemade cookies that smelled suspiciously of mothballs. Mrs. Hargrove was in her 70s, with silver hair pinned in a tight bun and eyes that darted like trapped birds. She'd lived in Radiance Towers since it opened in 1975. She said, back when it was called something else before the rebranding in the 90s to attract younger tenants. This place has stories, she croaked, her voice like dry leaves rustling. Layers of M, buried deep. You ever hear about Door Zero?